Hope you all have done excellent in exam. So now let's start the new chapter. We'll go ahead with the portion. So we have the next chapter from book 2, chapter 1, fractions. So already you have learned more about fraction in your previous standard. So let me recall that in brief. So what is fraction? Fraction is a number representing a part of a whole, isn't it? So fraction represents some part of the whole. Okay, so that's nothing but the fraction. And again, you had seen in your lower standard the types of fractions. So like proper fraction, improper fraction, like fraction, unlike fraction, mixed fraction. Okay, so you can once just open the last year books and go through the definitions of types of fractions. Then you will understand better about the types of fractions, as I'm not going to recall the same. So we are going to deal with equivalent fractions now. So what are equivalent fractions? Fractions having the same value are called equivalent fractions, or the fraction with different numerator and denominator that represents the same value or portion of the whole is called the equivalent fraction. Okay, and we are going to solve examples based on this. So fraction in lowest term. So we are going to reduce the fraction to its lowest term. So how to reduce to the lowest term? So just see, divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number till you cannot divide further. Isn't it? So let's do that. So here we have one question from exercise 1.1. Divide the numerator and the denominator by 2, 3, 5 and 6 if possible. Okay, so we have here one example and we have to check whether numerator and denominator are both divisible by 2, 3, 5 and 6. If it is divisible, we have to divide them and find the equivalent fraction. Okay, so let's divide by 2 first. If we say the fraction 30 upon 42, 30 ends in 0, it is divisible by 2. 42, it ends in 2, which is divisible by 2. Yes, so we can divide by 2. Therefore, when we divide 30 by 2, we will get answer 15 upon. When we divide 42 by 2, we'll get answer 21. Okay, so what we did here? We have divided 30 by 42 by 2. Okay, so no need to mention. Again, let's divide by 3. So let's check whether it is divisible by 3. 3 plus 0 is 3 and 3 is divisible by 3. Yes, so 30 is divisible by 3. 4 plus 2 is 6, which is divisible by 3. Therefore, 30 upon 42 is divisible by 3. So let's do that. Therefore, so let's divide. When we divide 30 by 3, we'll get answer 10, and when we divide 42 by 3, 3 1s are 3 and 3 4s are 12, it is 14. So this is one more equivalent fraction for 30 by 42. Now let's see whether it is divisible by 5. So let's see, but 30 is divisible by 5, but 42 is not divisible by 5 because 42 neither ends in 5 nor ends in 0. So checking divisibility rule of 5 is the number should be either should ends in either 0 or 5. 42 doesn't ends in 0 or 5, therefore it is not divisible by 5. So we are not going to divide this by 5. Now, so the same reason you can write here. Now let's check whether this fraction is divisible by 6 or not. So what is the rule of checking divisibility of 6? It should satisfy the divisibility of 2 and 3. Thus here it satisfies the divisibility of 2 and 3. Therefore yes, we can divide 30 upon 42 by 6. So let's do that. Therefore when we divide 30 by 6, we'll get 5 answer, and when we divide 42 by 6, we'll get answer 7. So where are our equivalent fractions after dividing? By 2, 3 and 6. So let's write them together. Therefore 30 upon 42 can be written as 51 upon 21, and one more equivalent fraction to that is 10 upon 14, and one more equivalent fraction to that is 5 upon 7. All fractions look different but represents the same value. Okay, so such a fractions are equivalent fraction. Now let's solve the next example. So let's divide 120 by 2. 120 upon 2, dividing line. 150 divided by 2. Yeah, so let's get the value. 2 6 are 12, 2 zeros are 0, 2 sevens are 14, 2 fives are 10. Therefore, we'll get the equivalent fraction 60 upon 75. Now, let's check whether these are divisible by 3. 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 1 plus 0 is 3 only. So, 3 is divisible by 3. 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 0 is 6. It is divisible by 3. So, let's do here 120 divided by 3, 150 divided by 3. You should always divide by the same number to numerator and denominator. Okay, which is equal to 3 4s are 12, 3 zeros are 0, 3 5s are 15. 3 zeros are 0. Therefore, this is one more equivalent fraction. Now, let's check whether these are divisible by 5. As it ends in 0, 0, yes, those are divisible by 5. So, let's check 120 upon 5 divided by 150 upon 5, which is equal to, so let's divide. 5 2s are 10, 5 2s are 10, remains 2 here, 5 4s are 20. Dividing line, 5 3s are 15 and 5 zeros are 0. Therefore, 24 upon 30 is the one more equivalent fraction we have got by dividing 120 by 5 and 150 by 5. Okay, so now let's see whether it is divisible by 6. As it satisfies the divisibility of 2 and 3, yes, it is divisible by 6 too. Now let's divide the same fraction by 6. 6 2s are 12, 6 zeros are 0, 6 2s are 12 and remain 3, so 6 5s are 30. So after dividing, you will get the fraction 20 upon 25. Therefore, all these are the equivalent fractions of 120. So let's write that. Therefore, 120 upon 150. The equivalent fraction for that is 60 upon 75, that equals to 40 upon 50, that equals to 24 upon 30, that equals to 20 upon 25. All are equal. Now let's learn about how to find the equivalent fractions by multiplication. How to find equivalent fractions by division, right now you have seen. So now we are going to see how to find equivalent fractions by multiplication. It's very simple. So just see here. Multiply the numerator and denominator by 4, 5 and 6 to get equivalent fractions. Okay. So we have here equivalent we have given fraction and we need to find equivalent fraction for the same. So we have here first example and here is a homework. Okay, so in previous page also there was a homework, so that you have to do in your HW book. So let's find the equivalent fraction of 1 by 6. 1 by 6 equals to, let's multiply by 4 first. 1 into 4 divided by 6 into 4. 4 1s are 4, 6 4s are 24. Now let's multiply by 5. 1 by 6 equals to 1 into 5 upon 6 into 5. 5 1s are 5, 6 5s are 13. Next, let's multiply by 6. 1 by 6 equals to 1 into 6 upon 6 into 6. 6 1s are 6, 6 6s are 36. Therefore, equivalent fraction of 1 by 6 are 4 by 24, that is equals to 5 by 30, that equals to 6 by 36. So these fractions are equivalent fractions which are obtained by multiplying 4, 5 and 6 respectively. Similarly, we shall solve B example. Okay, so multiply 2 by 3 by 4 first. 2 into 4 upon 3 into 4. 2 4s are 8, 3 4s are 12. Again, let's multiply 2 by 3 by 5. 2 into 5, 3 into 5. 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15. Let's multiply 2 by 3 by 6. 2 into 6 upon 3 into 6. 6 2s are 12. 6 3s are 18. Therefore, equivalent fractions of 2 by 3 are Here the first one, 8 upon 12, that is equal to 10 upon 15, that is equal to 12 upon 18. So all these are the equivalent fractions. Okay, hope you all have understood how to find the equivalent fractions by multiplication. Now let's see the next concept, checking equivalent fractions. Okay, so right now we have learned about how to find equivalent fractions by division and by multiplication, but whatever equivalent fractions we are getting, are those really equivalent? That we need to check. So how to check? So for checking, we have to follow one method, and that method is called cross multiplication method. So to check whether the fractions are equivalent or not, we use cross multiplication method. So just see, we can check whether the fractions are equivalent by cross multiplication. If the cross products are equal, the fractions are equivalent. So let's see now. So we have question from exercise 1.1. Question 5, cross multiply to find whether the fractions are equivalent. So these are the homework you have to do. So I'll write here 12 by 8, 6 by 4. So cross multiplication means what? We have to cross multiply. So just see. So this way we have to cross multiply. Okay. So we have written the fractions as it is and we need to cross multiply. 12, so here just see, 12 into 4, that we have to multiply. 12 4 is 48. 8 6 are 48. Thus 12 into 4, that equals to 8 into 6, that equals to 48. Therefore 12 by 8 and 6 by 4 are equivalent fractions. Similarly, let's solve the example 88 upon 120 and 11 upon 12. Similarly, we are going to cross multiply and we are going to check whether the cross product is same or not. If it is not same, it will not be equivalent fraction. So the product of 88 into 12 is 1056. So which has been written here. And the product of 120 and 11 is 1320, which is written here. Thus, it is different, isn't it? The product of the cross product of first fraction is 1056 and cross product of second fraction is 1320. Therefore it is not equivalent, and this is the sign of not equivalent. Okay, so I hope you have understood this concept. Now we shall see the next question. Question 3. Fill in the boxes to make equivalent fractions. So here we have example, and this is the missing term where there is no numerator. Okay, so we are going to cross multiply. Okay, 18 ones are 18 and 6 into box. Okay, so that is written here. Now the value of this fraction is 18 ones are 18, so which has been written here, and that equals to, if it is equivalent fraction, the value of this cross product should also be same. Therefore 6 into box will be the next step. Therefore now if you see 18 equals to 6 into box, so as we need to find the value of this box, that is missing term, so no need of 6 this side. So to remove this 6, we are going to divide both the sides by 6. Therefore 18 divided by 6, that equals to 6 into box divided by 6. And now you know that 6 ones are 6, 6 ones are 6, 6 ones are 6, and 6 threes are 18. Okay, therefore further it can be written as a 3 upon 1. You can see that is equals to 1 upon 1 into box, and therefore the value of box will be 3. Similarly, you can solve for the next example too. So here also next example already solved. So I'll explain you now. See, here was a missing term, so 5 into box. So 5 into box equals to 15. Now I want to remove the number which is there with the box. So to do that, I need to divide by that particular number on both the sides. Therefore divide both the sides by 5. Okay, therefore when we divide 5 into box divided by 5, that is equal to 15 divided by 5. And now you know 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are 15, and 5 ones are 5, 5 ones are 5. Therefore box equals to 3 upon 1, and 3 upon 1 is nothing but 3. Therefore in missing term there comes 3. Okay, so similarly you can solve the homework part and you will get the better practice. The next question, question 4. Write an equivalent fraction in its lowest term for the following. So we need to reduce it to the lowest term. So that can be done by dividing the number, isn't it? So by dividing the fraction. So let's check whether numerator and denominator both should be divisible by the same number. So which is that number? So 14 and 49 comes in table of 7, right? So let's divide 14 by 7 whole divided by 49 divided by 7. 7 2s are 14, 7 7s are 49. Isn't it? So now just say 2 upon 7, 2 and 7 are not further divisible together by any other number. Therefore, we are not going to find the more reduced term. Okay, so this is the reduced or the lowest term of 14 upon 49. Therefore, 14 upon 49 equals to, it can be represented as a 2 by 7 also. Similarly, we shall do for here, for next example, 25 upon 35. So those both are ending in 5, so are divisible by 5. So 25 upon 5 and 35 upon 5, which is equals to 5, 5 is 20, 25. And 5 sevens are 35. Again, there is no such number which divides 5 and 7 together, and this is a proper fraction only, so no need to reduce it to the mixed fraction, isn't it? If the fraction is improper, then only we are converting it to the mixed fraction. Therefore, 25 upon 35 is reduced to the lowest term, 5 by 7. Okay, hope you have understood this. Now let's see the question 6 from exercise 1.1. About 7 by 10 of the surface of the earth is covered with water. Express this an equivalent fraction with 100 as a denominator. So we need to make this denominator 100. So how can we made it 100? The denominator, how can we made it 100? By multiplying 10. Okay, so let's see here. Therefore, let's write the given thing first. Therefore, the surface of the earth covered with water is 7 by 10. To find equivalent fraction with 100 as a denominator, multiply 7 by 10 by 10. Therefore, 7 by 10 equals to 7 into 10 whole divided by 10 into 10. That equals to 7 into 10 is 17. 10 into 10 is 100. Therefore, 7 by 10 equals to 70 upon 100, isn't it? This is how we have written the equivalent fraction of 7 by 10 with denominator as a 100. Now let's see comparing and ordering fractions. Comparing like fractions. So what are like fractions? Fractions with same denominator are called like fractions. And what are unlike fractions? Fractions with different denominator are called unlike fractions. So we shall first see the case of like fraction where the denominators are same. Okay, so how to compare such a fraction? For like fractions, the fraction that has the smaller numerator is the smallest or the smaller. Okay, so compare or put the correct sign. Okay, so 4 upon 7 and 3 upon 7. The fraction with smaller numerator is smaller. Okay, so here just see 4 is the greatest numerator and 3 is the smallest one. Okay, 4 is greater than 3 means you have to compare the numerator. The 4 is greater, therefore 4 upon 7 is greater than 3 by 7. Now here also these are like fractions, so we have to compare the numerators. So 6 is greater than 4, therefore will come here greater sign. Now let's see how to compare the unlike fractions with the same numerator. Okay, when the numerator of the two or more fractions are same, the fraction with greater denominator is the smallest one. So here is the reverse case of the previous. So just see, we have here example 4 upon 7 where the numerators are same. The greatest denominator will be smallest fraction. So 7 here, 4 by 7, 4 by 9, and 7. Just see the change in denominators. Here is a 7, here is a 9, and you know the greatest denominator is the smallest fraction. So this is the smallest one and this is the greatest one. So 4 by 7 is greater than 4 by 9. Okay, so let's check here. Here also numerators are same. So 8 by 19 and 8 by 11. So here the greatest denominator means smallest fraction. So and here the greatest denominator in the sense smallest denominator, in the sense the greatest one. Therefore 8 by 19 is smaller than 8 by 11. Okay, so do not get confused about this. So we shall solve the next kind of problems now, comparing fractions with different denominator and numerator. Okay, so yeah, this is unlike, even this is one example of unlike fraction. So here the one kind of unlike fraction was with same numerator, and here the another kind of fractions we have which has the different numerator and denominator. In such a case we can use cross multiplication method and can compare the given fraction. Okay, so here we have to compare the compare the cross products. Okay, just see 5 2s are 10, so 10 I'll write here, 6 1s are 6. Now tell me, so 10 is greater than 6, isn't it? Therefore here comes greater sign. So this is how we have to solve. Now 5 2s are 10, write the cross product here, 8 3s are 24. Now 10 is less than 24, so comes here the lesser sign. So what we have done here, we have cross multiplied, 5 2s are 10, 6 1s are 6, and then we have put the correct sign. Okay, so similarly you can solve any kind of these fractions. Okay, equivalent fractions you can compare. And you have here homework exercise 1.2 question 1 C, E and G. Remaining examples will be as a homework.